Guys, happy Friday. Today's actually Wednesday, so I have another vlog going up for the day, but I thought I would get this one started out. This is going to be day in the life from today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a WIC appointment earlier in the morning. So anyways, it's around 9 a.m. Willow's eating her breakfast. I'm changing the bag and the trash can out, and I'm going to spend the day finishing up my cleaning where I don't have to worry about it. Once Michael's off work, I'll probably save like maybe some of the dusting or something. Y'all pardon my hair, I just got up, haven't done anything yet. But I'll probably save some of the dusting or something for tomorrow evening, because that's not a big deal. I just don't want to have like cleaning to do, if that makes sense. I forgot to show this on my last vlog. It's cracking me up. But my niece and nephew made these for Michael for his Father's Day gift. My niece made this one, and this is what's cracking me up. This little purple dot. It looks like it's an accident, but supposedly it was totally intentional. She said she was putting a hat on him because Michael always has a hat on. So that's hilarious. And then my sister said that Abel made a rock, and she said, well, he made everybody rock. So this is cracking me up. Another plant update. Y'all may be tired of seeing these, but I'm so proud I'm keeping them actually alive. But the little baby plant has actually like sprouted, starting to form the second plant. And I can't remember if these just end up being like loose leaves or if like baby plants form off of them. But you can see that it has started to like sprout additional leaves. And I shared this one on my Instagram recently. But this one's like, you can see one right there. This one has little baby blooms every single day popping up. I love this one. So, tomorrow for dinner, I'm going to do, I talked in my last vlog where, I think that was the last recipe I done. I made the funeral sandwiches, or the little ham and Swiss sliders. I talked about that I wanted to come up with a buffalo ranch chicken mozzarella slider. And so I bought the ingredients last week to make it, and then they didn't sound good because we had like sloppy joes and things that were close to sandwich like. So I stuck my deli meat in the freezer, which, if you don't know, you can do that. You can. It just barely changes the texture of it. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm pulling it out to thaw, and I'm going to probably in this vlog, I'm assuming, include like the ingredients for how I made this, because I'm coming up with my own recipe for these, and I'll share how they turned out. What? He said cheese. So it's 10:30. Just now finished eating breakfast and letting Willow eat. I was gonna get a clip of what I ate, and I forgot. I've been some mornings where I'm like really hungry. I'm not a breakfast person. 75% of the time I skip breakfast, but lately I've been taking like either deli meat or like if I have ground sausage or something left over, which is what I had today, and putting it inside of, or making scrambled eggs, mixing that with some cheese and putting it inside of a big tortilla, and then folding it up almost like Taco Bell does a crunch wrap, and then toasting it in a pan with butter. I think y'all ignore my vacuum. Today is floor cleaning day. Right now I have no motivation, and my allergies are driving me crazy, and I'm sounding like stopped up again because I have to go out each day to water my plants, and as soon as I open the door, my nose, I don't know, knows that there's pollen out there. So I wasn't going to do this, but I kind of had been planning on it anyways. So I've had a couple people ask me, do I make freezer meals? And yes, I absolutely do. I have always done that, but I don't do them traditionally. So I know a lot of people do, like, they actually plan out a meal, and they'll set aside a day to prep, and they'll buy the ingredients for that. I don't do that unless it's like something that we're specifically like craving. And then what I do is I buy enough to make, ingredients around the house. I get enough to make 2 portions or 2 servings, and I take half and put in a freezer pan and freeze that. But honestly, with the rising costs, inflation, all that, it's just too expensive really to just decide to meal prep and just go to the store and buy all this at once. So my personal way, also, I am feeding 2.5 people. I'm not feeding like a large family, but you could still do this with a large family because you'd be cooking a larger amount. But what I do is usually once a week I kind of clear the fridge out. So I think I've talked about this. Best way to explain it is like if I look in the fridge and I've got like corn and black beans left over or something like that, then I'll look for I'll make like a dump and go soup recipe for like a chicken enchilada soup or a taco soup. Or if I had a lot of times like today I have rice, like cooked rice left over in the fridge, and I'll turn that into like a casserole. But I've got leftover rice, and I also realized I don't have any more disposable pans. So I have some of those on my grocery list for this week, but I need to go ahead and make this before this goes bad. There it is. So I have this much leftover rice, and I want to kind of start sharing how I do my freezer meals, because I feel like everybody is always so, I don't know, like plan ahead kind of person. And I'm a plan ahead kind of person, but I also try to save money as much as I can. So the best way for me to do this is for me to use what I already have versus buying ingredients for it. And if your husband eats it and his belly's full and your kids' bellies are full and you're happy, that's all that matters. So just like this, I made some like fried rice the other day. I've been trying to get the perfect recipe for that, and I had a little bit of this left over. Michael doesn't eat peas or carrots, but I was going to toss this in a frozen vegetable bag in the freezer. I have about this much rice left, and then I also had broccoli and cheese left. So I was also in the middle of doing a little bit of breakfast prep too. I have my chicken in here boiling. I'm going to kick it up because this is literally just frozen and thrown in a pot. Also, I just realized I need to add some more cream of chicken. That's a huge tip for like frugal, budget-friendly meals, is to always have cream of chicken, mushrooms, celery, whatever. I think they even have like cream of potato. I personally would just make my own potato base if I needed that. But whatever type of soup like that your family eats, keep that on hand, because when you make a meal like this, you toss in a can, it adds some flavor, and it helps fill up for cheaper. So this broccoli is kind of big, so I'm just going to literally using, this is like, I think a cookie spatula, whatever. I'm just going to chop this up. Roughly chopped. I think I mentioned it did have cheese in it too, so that's actually going to help me out, because I was going to add a little cheese to this anyways and break it up. This has been in the fridge, so it's cold. Okay, I knew I needed to grab that bigger one, and I was like, no, the little one's gonna fit just fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna toss my cream of chicken soup in. And I'm not going to include recipes for these types of meals, because unless it's like planned ahead, my freezer meals do not have a recipe, because like I was saying, I'm just shopping my pantry, so to speak, and my fridge as well. So this is what it looks like without the chicken. The chicken's still boiling, and I remembered I have some sour cream that I need to use up before it goes bad, so I'm just going to put a little bit in here. This is the only pan that I have. Super cute. Got this at Hobby Lobby a while back. By the way, check your Hobby Lobby whenever they have, it's like the spring collection brand. They usually have, like in spring and summer especially, disposable pans in a 3-pack, and they're like $3 or $4, so it's normally always like 40% off. So I got 3 of the casserole dishes with the 3 lids for like $1.50. One of the reasons that I didn't realize I didn't have any casserole dishes is, I promise I'm not procrastinating. It's just like I hate to ask Michael to do something when he's off work, but I need his help installing. We've got actually it's sitting right over there, that wire shelf. But since he's got an extra day off this week, I think I'm going to have him put it in. So it's going to go on the back wall, where I think what I'm going to do is my disposable pans, and then maybe like some of the lightweight muffin pans and stuff can go sitting up on the rack, and then I'll have a better little bit of organization going on in there. But back to the meal prep. The chicken is still boiling. Okay, so I need some seasoning for this. I need to refill my garlic thing, but I'm going to use a little bit of garlic. I put a good bit of garlic in the pan with the chicken. I have some chives here. I might just use all of them because I kind of want to get them out this jar anyways. I'm going to use a little bit of onion powder. Normally I would brown an onion, but I'm not going to do that right now. Some black pepper and some curry powder. So like I said, I'm not measuring anything. This is all to taste, and to a degree, you can't really go wrong doing stuff like this, especially if you've got something like rice or potato or pasta for your bake. Only thing I will say is using curry, it's an acquired taste. Do not use a lot if you don't know if you like it, if you're trying to actually sort of replicate this meal. But again, this is just a clean the fridge out kind of meal. This all up and mix it together really good and get the sour cream worked through it evenly. Now I have my pan. I put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom. You could use butter or you know, whatever oil it is that you cook with. Olive oil is what I like to use. Another thing with the rice, if you want it to be more casserole like and hold together, you can add 1 or 2 eggs. That's really good, but it'll be more dense where you can actually kind of like cut pieces out. But I do want this to kind of be a little more fluffy, I guess, so I'm not going to add eggs this time. And then when I go to cook it, a lot of times I will just pour a little bit of milk or half and half, whipping cream, whatever it is you want to pour over it, even chicken broth, just to kind of rehydrate it a little bit. Okay, so I got it in the pan, and always scrape your bowl. You'd be surprised how much is left behind. That's like a pet peeve of mine watching a cooking show. I don't know why it bothers me more than it should, but I had a little bit of cheese left. This is just some mild cheddar. I like sharp better, but we had mild, and I prefer to use cubes because it actually holds up where you can see that you have cheese in each little bite, versus if you shred it, it just kind of melts all together. And another tip, I think if you fold your cheese in, like if you're trying to use less, it doesn't go as far because it looks like you don't have enough. But if you actually just top it, then you can see that each area has a little bit. It's the small tips to me that really have helped me through the years that I've learned. I'm just going to poke these down in there a little bit. The chicken is still boiling. I'm cooking it from frozen. Don't let anyone tell you you can't cook meat from frozen. A lot of people will tell you, oh, don't do that, you'll get sick, or you can't cook meat safely if it's frozen. You absolutely can. The problem is that a lot of people don't cook it long enough, so the meat on the outside and middle part a little bit will be cooked, but the center will be raw, and you want to make sure like your temperature all the way through is, you know, safe to eat, whatever. I don't even own a meat thermometer. I just cook until it looks and smells good, and I always check it before I add anything. Normally I would add parsley on the top of stuff like this because it just adds to it, but I have the broccoli and a little bit of chives in there, so it's fine. So I have to add the chicken in and just kind of poke it down in there. When it's cooked, and fluff it a little bit with a fork. I'll let it cool first where it doesn't melt anything, and then I'll freeze it in our deep freezer, and we'll have a quick meal to just stick in the oven and go. This meal right here, honestly, because this was bigger than normal, like a larger amount than we would normally have, is probably under $5 easily for this whole pan of food. And I feel like if I had even 2 or 3 kids and my husband and me, that I could make that, add like $1 loaf of French bread in the oven, or whatever side like that that you would want, and even maybe an additional can or 2 of vegetables on the side, some corn on the cob, something, and have dinner under $10 for definitely 5 or 6 people, and you didn't really have to go to much trouble. So this is my tip. It's not always to plan out to do a freezer meal, like planning ahead, heading to the store, meal prep, all that. Just check your fridge at the end of each week and try to come up with something. If you don't know what you could do with your ingredients, you can always go on Pinterest and type in like recipes with, and then add 2 or 3 of your ingredients, get an idea. But normally you can kind of figure something out, and if you can't think of something casserole wise, you can always make a soup. Nobody has to know what's in it as long as it tastes good. So my chicken is boiled, and I laid it on top. Now I'm just going to kind of like press this down in there. Normally I would have just mixed it together all at the same time, but since it wasn't cooked yet, I'm trying to get everything else done as well. I'm just going to kind of mix it in. And something I like to do on this particular freezer meal is add a little bit of grated Parmesan on top before I put it in the freezer. And that is my freezer meal with leftovers. Okay, so hopefully my phone doesn't fall because it's inside of the cabinet while I'm trying to get this pan closed. A lot of people say like your casserole style freezer meals only last for up to a month, maybe a little longer, but I have tested this out, and just because sometimes I've had several in my freezer, and I have eaten them as old as 3, sometimes 4 months old, depending on what it was, and using even the disposable dishes, it's absolutely fine. One additional thing I do if I feel like I'm not going to cook it within a month or two is take a piece of tin foil or aluminum foil and lay it on top of it and then put the lid on. And also when I go to cook this, I told y'all I use like chicken broth, milk, whatever, just for some moisture in it. And sometimes I'll even crumble like Ritz crackers or something. It's really good. Hat. Hello. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? Walk. It's literally midnight. This is still Wednesday. Midnight, and I'm in here meal prepping for tomorrow. I'm just throwing together these quick sliders, and I'm going to show y'all. This is just something I've come up with to change up the recipe, but since I'm not going to do like writing out a recipe or anything, if you want to see like the process of how I did the original, a lot of people call them funeral sandwiches, but ham and Swiss style baked sliders or baked Hawaiian rolls, whatever. I have that one. It's titled something like what's for dinner, funeral sandwiches or something, but I'll try to remember to link it in the description. If I don't remember to do that, someone can comment down below and tell me to do it, and I will. I'm just kind of winging it for this. Okay, so same concept as the other one. I have my pan. I'm going to cut my rolls in half. Don't separate them, but like cut the whole sheet in half midways. Put a little bit of my butter mixture on the bottom, lay the bottom half of the rolls, then put a little bit more butter mixture, layer the cheese, then the meat, a little bit more butter mixture, then put the top of the rolls on, and then use the remainder of that mixture. So I'm not going to measure anything. This is all to taste pretty much anyways. I will say most people use a stick of butter, and I would recommend do not start off with a full stick. It's just way too much. I've been using 5 to 6 tablespoons, so that's what I've got here. I'm going to use mozzarella cheese, and then I just have some deli meat. This is chicken. I think it was like a fried chicken variation, and I had her shave it really thin. I'm going to use some buffalo wing sauce. This is the one that we had. A little bit of Worcestershire, probably like 1 tablespoon of this, and maybe a tablespoon and a half of this, and then some ranch seasoning. I don't even know the measurement. I'm just going to shake till it looks like it's good. And then I almost forgot also, because you do kind of want some sweetness to break it up, I'm going to use about a tablespoon of brown sugar. I did taste it, kind of something weird to taste, but just to make sure it had enough ranch and buffalo, and I added just a little bit more ranch to it. Okay, I put about 2 tablespoons of my butter mixture down, and now I'm going to lay the bottom half of this over on top. This is hard to do one-handed. By the way, another quick tip, I've been keeping a bag of these in my freezer. They freeze really well, and it comes in super handy for doing this when you need a quick meal. Honestly, it doesn't matter how you do the layers. I think I'm doing it backwards from what I normally do. It's no big deal. So I put a little bit of the butter mixture down. Now I'm putting the chicken down. Then I will do the mozzarella. It uses 6 slices for 1 package. You could put more if you actually wanted to. And then I'll put the rest of the butter mixture on top. And then I added a little drizzle to the underside of the top part. Y'all have probably kind of noticed that my recipes aren't super in-depth like they are during the fall and the winter time when I share things, and that's because in the summer I really don't cook a lot of heavy meals. So if any of you have favorite quick and easy recipes that require little to no like cooking or baking in the oven or whatever, please share them. Or if there's something that you would like to see me come up with a recipe for, or just a recipe that you'd like to share with me that maybe I'd make a vlog on, please share it in the comments below. So I put the rest of the butter mixture on there, and then in the last recipe for these I mentioned I like to put a tiny crumble of brown sugar on top because it just kind of helps it brown and sort of make a crust on it almost. It's something you could skip doing, but I just really like it this way. And then I always like to add parsley on top of a lot of things because it just looks nice, but since ranch has dill in it, I'm just going to put a little bit of dill on top. So I'm going to put a piece of foil over this. This works great if you have a disposable pan with a lid. And then the best thing to do is let them sit in the fridge overnight to absorb the butter because it works like a marinade. And then tomorrow I will cook in the oven. You can go to the other vlog and see like the cook times and everything. I'll let y'all know how this turned out, and I'll probably close out the vlog tomorrow showing the end result. This is to put it in the fridge overnight, but at least 6 hours will do. I have done it in 4 and it just didn't come out right, so I try to do like 6 to 12 hours. Good morning. Good morning. Look how crooked that ponytail is. Good morning. Yeah. I just realized I have not actually said anything. So good morning. It is Thursday morning. I just pulled up for our WIC appointment. They're still drive up, I believe. I'm hoping so. But I've got to get my cards out to get out to do this. Oh snap, where's my driver's license? Okay, there it is. Y'all, today has made me realize how badly I need some new t-shirts. I need like some decal shirts that are cheap. The only ones I have are like 2 or 3 that my husband got at Academy one year for me, and it's not like the kind I'm wanting. I'm wanting like the stretchy, thinner material like these. These are from the Time and True, the Walmart brand, because I only have that one that's like leopard print that I got at Cato a while back, and then these are just so baggy now, and they're kind of low, so I keep having to pull it back. So I need to make that a priority. Maybe tell Michael that's what I need for my birthday in September. All set. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. I'm gonna pull up over here. Get out of line. We're gonna put everything up first. So we don't have to come back for another 3 months to renew that, and it's crazy because October is when the appointment time is, and I remember when they gave me this appointment, which is June, that was back in March, and it was still quite cool and everything, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's gonna be dead summer, but that's a good while away, and I feel like it flew by from the amount of time since I came here last. And then today, because I vlogged the last time too, I did like a day in the life, and I think that was when I shared my cold brew coffee recipe in my cold brew maker. But the next appointment's in October, and I woke up to the past 2 days. I'm always like this. I am who I am, whatever. But the past 2 days I've been like super anticipating fall, for fall decor, and actually being able to like bake a dessert or something and not have to worry about heating the whole house up. But also I think it's because, I don't know if I mentioned, today, tomorrow, and I believe the next day is 101 with a heat index of like 110. So I come out to the car at like 9:45 and it was already so hot, like it was miserably hot. I'll have to water my plants this evening, but ouch, I have so many little cracks. I don't even know if y'all can see all this, like dried cracks on my hands from overwashing them. Anyways, so I will have to water my plants this evening, but other than that, I am not planning on going back outside today. Michael's off work tomorrow, and then this evening my niece and nephew are coming over for a little bit. Going to get my drink and then head back home, and hopefully take y'all along a little bit more today for Day in the Life than we did yesterday. I know I shared a recipe yesterday and that was like the main portion of the day, but hopefully today will be more of actually vlogging. I hate like when you pull up to a place to get food or a drink or something. I'm losing my train of thought, y'all. And there's like 1 or 2 people there, but by the time you make it out of the turn in the highway and get into the place, there's like 20 people there. Happens every single time, and then I completely reconsider whatever stop it is I've made every time. guess I need to get a venti iced latte with light ice and no whip. And then what sugar-free syrup options do you have?
We have sugar-free vanilla.
Okay, do 4 pumps of that and then 2 of the white mocha, please. That'll be all. Gracious, it's so hot out there. Has anybody else noticed that Starbucks never has the green straws anymore? I don't know if it's just ours or not, but like the ones they're given I think are like sustainable straws. It just makes me feel weird because you expect a green straw and you get a white one. She's beautiful. Say we're home. Home. Mom got a vacuum. Vacuum. Yeah, don't touch. Somebody's a little moody today. You gotta watch out, Mom's got a vacuum. Slow down. So hot outside. I did not even give myself a chance to cool off after coming inside. I honestly feel so sorry for people working in this heat. Michael's one of them. My dad also is, and he's in his 60s too, but I just don't know how they do it. It's like it wears you out. You go eat your vitamin? Fine. Say vitamin. Fine. Vitamin. Fine. Yeah. Fine. Did you take some medicine? I'll take it. You took medicine? I'm kind of glad I canceled the therapy visit for today because we would literally be having therapy in 20 minutes and she just had a full-blown meltdown because she can't stand for me to walk out of the living room. And I mean, I have an open floor plan. This is where she stands and I'm right there and she can't stand it. So, found your milk. Yay! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Y'all already know the living room is torn apart as soon as I clean it. But say it's okay. It's okay. So, 12:05 and Willow started asking for her nap. She'll literally ask for it sometimes. At, I think it was 11:40. But I made her wait about 20 minutes where she wouldn't be too off schedule, and since her cousins are going to be over later, I didn't want her to be so tired that she didn't want to play with them or anything. I forgot my cleaning caddy. I'm probably going to clean the bathroom real quick. Won't show that because I feel like the last 2 times I showed cleaning, it was in the bathroom, our main bathroom. So I'll probably do this one now, and then right before she gets up, I'll go wipe down the extra bathroom. And also I need to make the bed and do the floors and some laundry and all that good stuff.
Pretty strongly to something we touch or smell, breathe in or eat, and that's an allergy. An allergic reaction is your body saying, "Oh, get that away from me!" For this special super fab lab, we're going to do a survey.
So I'm going to end the vlog out here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I feel like I really very much need to make it known. Like I was saying on those buffalo chicken ranch sliders, whatever, I made those. I'm not huge on buffalo ranch stuff, but Michael is obsessed with it. And I made them thinking I could find something new that he would like, that I could even cook ahead of time and make for his lunches. I think it was the chicken that I got. The chicken that I got was like fried chicken flavored. I talked about that. Chicken, yeah. And it had like a pickle flavor. Chicken. It had like a dill pickle flavor to it, kind of like how Chick-fil-A chicken has. And I thought it was terrible. I really did. But I think the chicken ruined it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was very gross. And then Michael tried it, and I was like, I told him what they were, and then he tried it and kind of made a face, and he said, "That's disgusting." So I'm gonna walk and talk here. She's ready to go to sleep. Okay, anyways, Michael called. He's actually at Taco Bell. That was just, I would not recommend that recipe, y'all, but I did want to include it because I think it's just kind of soothing to watch people cook, no matter if it's quick or what it is. But I just wanted to let y'all know because I don't want to just have like the good on here. Also, I will give, I have a separate vlog that was supposed to go up for my sourdough starter. I may still show the footage of how I begin my starter because it worked the last time. I don't know what I've done this time. Maybe I just slightly got something over into it. I tried to be very clean with my hands and utensils and all that, but today's day 4 and I checked it and we had mold growing in it, like 2 or 3 different kinds at least, so had to chunk it. I may start over like next week or something sometime, but for now, that was a bust. So I might do a separate vlog on that and upload it, and then maybe people will have insight on that or something. Michael went to Taco Bell. He's off tomorrow. Yeah. And, yeah, so he went to go get us dinner because dinner was disgusting. We don't throw away food. I don't waste food. I reuse everything, but honestly, those are probably headed to the trash, and I feel terrible about that, but that's just really how bad they were. So thank you for watching this fail, and I will see y'all on Sunday when my next day in the life will go up. Please stay tuned. Since he's off tomorrow, we're going to do a grocery pickup, and then I think we have to go like 1 or 2 places and just spend some time around the house. Don't know what all we'll do. It might be kind of boring, but I'm going to try to vlog what I can. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Can you say subscribe? Say subscribe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.